Good morning. I started 5 minutes late. No. I got sucked into doing a speed run. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? I was like, damn, I can do a few runs before the stream when I wake up. And then a few runs turned into a few more runs. What it is, what it is. Let me... I still need to clear out my table. Hold on. There we go. Everything is almost ready. We'll need to upload all of the VODs at some point. Let's see if I click this. Do we get anything bad? Oh, we don't have a camera. Now we have a camera. Hello. It's me. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, so. Today, things are happening. Oh, okay, I still have some stuff here that I shouldn't have had. That's fine. Alright, so I'm... Oh, I don't have goals visible? Hold on. Oh, the file is gonna be big now. Anyway, let's open the goals file, first of all. Is it in documents? It is, okay. Basically this, right? This was last stream. Yeah, okay. That's fine. The mesh caching stuff will be for a later refactor. Because right now I'm re-rendering a lot of things that shouldn't be re-rendered every frame, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it later. But I will get on the sphere and circle selection. They are kind of implemented, but also kind of not. And what I mean by that, also I need to post a stream announcement. Holy, I just realized. Hold on. And then... There we go. Hold the phone. There we go. Announcement has been posted. Yes. Alright. Fire on the game. Also, GitHub desktop, please don't log me out. It did some logging out shenanigans and I was like, not very amused by that. It appears to be fine. So if I do the sphere now, I can actually select a pretty big area without it being an issue. And we see that it's just a sphere, and we have the surfaces shown us in a way that I think makes sense. I still can't dismiss the selection with the sphere tool. and we don't have an icon for it. But if we select a way bigger sphere, and let me take the TP tool. If we do one click here, and another here, then we can see that it doesn't like it as much. Our FPS drops to like 5, right? But that thing I'm not gonna worry about. That's gonna be fine. It'll be for later refactor of the rendering stuff. But I do have to make it so we can actually fill the circle selection with stuff. Right now it doesn't do anything. So that ought to be fixed. So interesting. Interesting that these faces are visible here but not here. Are these inverted? I think they are. Okay, I gotta fix that as well. There we go. I could do plus minus there. That should be enough. I was kind of thinking that it looks scuffed, but I didn't quite know why it looks scuffed. Oh no, that's definitely more wrong. But they are double-faced. It should... What is going on here? They are being rendered double-faced, right? Why does it look so scuffed? We have a different tint on these sides. Questions mark? Or is it because... Oh, there's 2 layers here that are being rendered. Okay, that's why. Yep. And yeah, we have no tint. So that's why it's scuffed, I think. Hold on. Do something like this. Put the space in there as well. Set source meshing. What do we do here for tint? So X is 0.5, Z 0.75. Okay. Hold on, I was here. There we go. Let's see if the sphere looks any better now. It appears that we need to use the tint and not only define it. That would make sense. That looks a bit scuffed, maybe? But it does give the sphere more, like, form. Yeah, you can actually tell that it's something. Yeah, I think I will keep this. Let's compare it to box selection. I think box selection also has this tint thing. Yep, it does. Okay. Neat. Very neat. Right. Just gotta now make it work. This might walk right out of the math file into the selection enum. We'll see. Yeah, it's the time of development where we do excellent commit names. And da 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 da. I'll merge this domain with a neat commit at some point. Don't worry about it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess we'll give this. Hold on. I'll return a byte mesh. Fuck it. And I guess this should be in meshing, honestly. There's gonna be one thing that I define in meshing and one thing that I define in here. Let's see, where would I put this? I guess higher up, because this is a higher level function. Uh, like, I could put it below mesh world, I guess, or above mesh world. Fuck it, I'll just put it here. It's fine. I was gonna complain about, oh, we don't know this. Yeah. Oh, do I have to make everything public now? I guess so. That's fine. Actually, I don't know if variants need to be made public. Let's see. Yippee! And we're gonna move this out of this here. Get occupy public positions, I think is fine to have here. But the meshing code is a bit too, like, specific, I feel like, for... And even this, I feel like, should be in blocks.rs almost. I kind of want the math file to be just math and not, like, block game math. If that makes sense. And I do have race here. And I guess, well, these are using fixed point. It's not necessarily blocks. Right? Oh. Oh, okay. I'll see all of these matches of block. Okay, well, there is signed access, and we do have block rotation here. Okay, sure. We're not pure, but we're pretty close to not having anything about blocks and just math. And I want to keep it that way. I really like this math.rs file. Anyway. Oh, okay, there's one too many here. Nope. That's fine. Oh yeah, this is gonna be just for Le Circle. Let me re-add those here. Match self. We need this at the end now. Then we say selection sphere, and then we go there. Okay, we need the thingy thing. Okay. 114. Yes. Very nice. Very cool. Now, instead of self, we say sphere. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. We just need color. And for vertices, we're gonna return a byte mesh. We're gonna make this mutable. And at the very end, we return the mesh. Alright, 162. Oh, and mesh A BB face takes vertices. It doesn't return vertices, it takes in vertices. Okay. And I can work with that, so that's fine. Also, we don't need to refer to this by its full name. Fine, and then yeah, okay. Oh, this is gotta be a mutable borrow. That's gotta be a mutable borrow. Alright. Now that we have the sphere, we do nothing for everything else. Temporarily. Very cool, very cool. And I guess for meshing all of the other things, how do you mesh first click? You don't really. I guess you. Yeah, okay, I have a plan in my head. Yeah. Yep. So when we go here, oh. So when we're here and we are about to mesh the selection, we see if our selection is first click, and if it is, then we cast array into the world, and then we see what our selection would be if we clicked, and then we mesh that, right? And I think that makes a lot of sense. I guess let's move everything here on the meshing. I hate that I can't have box as a variable name, but whatever. Whatever. Let's see. The fucking headphone cable like grazed my leg. I was like, oh, what is that? Like spooked a bit. Was it my shirt? It was either my shirt or the cable. Or both. Don't know. Yeah. Oh, you're complaining about that? That's fine. 1924. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Is it this mesh surface phases? Get mesh phases, okay. And this stuff is kind of irrelevant now. We do this, this, and this. Sure. Oh, okay. To make it public. And then selection color. Oh, I guess I gotta match the selection color first. Ooh. Gonna be a bit different, but that's fine. Do you want to deal with the problem or double it and give it the next version of yourself? I'll double it. Oh, and we gotta do the... Gotta give it a color. There we go. So now we have an op byte map. That's fine. What I really want to focus on is getting this logic into this file. Okay, let me adjust this. There we go. Okay, so I have box. So I just take this, I think. Voice almost disappeared, let's go. So I do this, then it's mighty fine. Oh, the color, that's gonna be defined for us. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, actually, that thing is not defined for us. Hmm. Looked at face normal, yes. Dun, 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 dun. That's a bit stinky. Stinky, but that's fine. Yeah, we don't have overlay vertices in here. And then I guess I could do the same here, where I don't know which one is better necessarily, but fuck it. I'll do it this way. All this needs a refactor anyways. It's like micro optimizations that I don't even know how to measure which one is better. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yes. Can we say mesh dot that is consumed? Yes. Now it's complaining about that, and this is complaining about this. Let's go, let's go. Good progress. And is that an option? Oh. That is an... Oh, it's a first argument. Sure. Sure. And that's fine. Let's actually use the mesh, I think. So I have the selection mesh here. It's gonna go into the overlay vertices. We're not gonna do this. Gonna do nothing here. And here, this is gonna be a code block. Oh, but overlay vertices, I think... Yeah, this is actually just a vec, so we don't return a byte mesh. Okay. Oh, no surface faces, it's just faces. Okay. Atmut vertices. And then we gotta do that and that. We are returning a vec of vertices. There we go. Now, what do we say? We say overlay vertices dot append. Oh. That should be fine. That should work out alright. Yep. We seem to be rendering the thing. Also, with this, we don't really highlight any active faces. That's fine. But if we... Hold on. There we go. If I make a box, then it works just like it used to. Very cool. I guess if I click the face when I'm like right on it, then the resizing action is kind of bad. I was thinking of making it based on just mouse movement, so it doesn't matter how far away you are, but I don't know. Kind of feels really natural to do this as well. Haven't figured out the best way for that yet. Oh, let me get a one block schematic actually. That's funny. Why is it block flipped? It looks so dumb when it's flipped. Hold on. Guess I'll just fill it first. No, I didn't need to do that. Get this block, fill it. Hello? Yeah, there we go. And now... Okay, I'll just override. No, I can't override the schematic. Sure. I need a button to dismiss items. I can't do that currently. Now, let's go. One block schematic. I wonder... It wouldn't probably be bad to display the block you're about to place like this, right? Like when just holding a normal block. Maybe, maybe not. Also, this is still scuffed. Yeah, placing schematics on the walls is a bit broken. But whatever. Whatever. Ben Chilling 1. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing good. Which renderer? Well, what do you mean by renderer? Like, I'm using WGPU for interfacing with the GPU, but like I mesh everything myself. Hold on. No. WGPU, this name, web GPU is also for desktop apps. It's just it's like a wrapper library around Vulkan, OpenGL, and whatever other graphics APIs you can have. And it can also target the web. And it just happened to be the library with the like hold on, I gotta fix my mousepad. There we go. It happened to be the one with the best tutorial that I could find. It could be using Vulkan, but this is what we have. And dude, sometimes I get the intrusive thought to switch to Vulkan. I guess the WGPU library includes like a whole shader compiler in the program. So I write text-based shaders, and then the user's machine compiles those shaders from text. And I'm like, you know, it's whatever, right? I'm nowhere close to release, so might as well just continue prototyping and then never switch away anyway. There we go. Yeah. I'm on a dev branch currently, so I can make the commits whatever I want. And what about you? What about you? Are you yourself working on some project with that slow level? I'm curious. And I think I can say that Rust is my main language that I write. Before Rust, I wrote a lot of GDScript with Godot. It's like what really got me started programming properly. And you know, of course, you know, Python, I know that. Some JavaScript. Like I've written like a simple web app and vanilla JavaScript without frameworks. Frameworks are cringe. But yeah, it's like I enjoy Rust. But I have thought about actually looking at Zig, and I have like how to say, I installed Zig and I was like, oh okay, let me define a an array of strings and print each of those strings. Holy shit, what a task. I could not do it. And that was when I was like, yeah, okay. I'll leave Zig for another day. Because it seemed like such a simple task to do, but it's not. And I'm not saying that Zig is bad for that, but it's like, to me, it was like, oh, let me just do this quick thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For me, it was like, let me just do this quick thing, but it was just not like the Zig way of doing things, I guess, right? And that's fine. But it was definitely like a thing that made me reconsider doing stuff with it right in that moment. And yeah, I mean, I like strings, right? But I also understand that it's just UTF-8 and whatever. Okay. What are we doing here? Do we need these anymore? We don't. Very cool, very cool. Okay. Then if I remove the generic case, and also I do acknowledge that Rust, like when I write Rust, I'm basically just living in OOP land. I'm fine with it. It's like whatever. Yes, I have. Not very extensive. Like I keep it kind of synchronized, where I define the thread, and then I give it some work, and then I do something on main at the same time, and then I join them, right? Or actually, with one exception, currently when I connect for multiplayer, I have working multiplayer. When I connect for multiplayer, I do throw I spin up a thread that just works in the background that tries to connect to the server. But when you actually connect to the server, I do the classic, like, everything happens in like a single game tick. We define... Actually, we don't even have another thread for networking, aside from the initial connection. But I should probably have that. Hold on. I'll show you in a moment, right? Because you can only have one pending connection to a server. Client pending connection, so this is the type. Option SDD thread join handle, and then option game simulation manager. It's a bit of a chunker, but to me this makes sense because it's option, because we might not have a pending connection at all, right? Okay, so if we have a pending connection, then we have a join handle, and the join handle is going to return us a game simulation manager or not, right? Hence the option. Like if the connection fails, then we get none, and if the connection succeeds, then we get a new game simulation, and this is like what the server is running, right? And where do we match this? There we go. Yeah, and it's a very, very simple, like every rendered frame we just check, oh, do we have a pending connection, right? And if we do, then we unwrap it. This code is a bit meh, but it works. It does the job, right? It does the job. Now, fucking SDDMM take. Let's go. Let's go. Aye. And for actual networking, where what do we have here? Okay, so this is the server networking. We just have a buffer, and we loop over incoming packets. Very primitive, I think, but it does the job. And then I just match on it data. Like I have a custom type that I just parse, load network data, and then I match on it, and then I do stuff. And then later I send some bytes. There we go. Okay. I don't need these here. Okay. Oh, I don't have an impulse selection. Okay. Oh, it's Linux Mint. I really like Linux Mint as well. It's well, I say as well, as in you seem to like it based on what it looks like for me. But yeah, it's I just made this start menu icon, the heart. I think it's cute. I like it. It's one of those things that I don't really think about, but sometimes I glance over here and then I get happier because I'm like, oh yeah, I can just do this. You know? I don't have to fight the system in order to customize it. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. This... Do I need this for anything else in selection? Is the question. So I kind of don't want to have block game specific things in the math file. Probably not. I can just take this out. We don't need these here. We don't need them. And no, I'm completely self-taught on computer stuff. And for a very long time, I held the mindset that I couldn't do programming. Like, that it was just a thing beyond me. And I watched a lot of programming content on YouTube, right? And it was mostly like how do old Nintendo games like on the NES and GBA and whatever work, right? So when I started actually programming, and well, I mean, also the preface, I did do like data pack stuff and like command block stuff on in Minecraft. But when I started like programming for real with Godot, I already had like a pretty good base, I think, because the like YouTube content and I think some articles as well, and then the like command block stuff and data pack stuff. That's how I got started. Let me see. Struct selection. Huh? Oh, it's an enum. There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah, now we gotta do this for each variant. Oh, dude, Idris seems like such a familiar name. Hold on. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Is it the linear types thing? Oh. It is not the thing that I'm thinking about. Hold on. I was thinking about something else. There was a language. I don't remember what it was. But basically I don't know if we were talking about the same thing. I don't know if we were talking about the same thing when we say linear types. When I say linear type, the example that was listed on the site was like, let's say you open a file. This file variable object has to be used once. Not 0 times, not 2 times, but once. right? And then if something like if a function writes to the file, then it consumes that variable and then returns back a new file variable. Yeah, okay. That's linear types. Fair enough. Dun, dun, dun. We gotta have one more of these. This is gonna be box. And then we get to my least favorite part about Rust, where box is a reserved keyword. Oh, and this is gonna be not curly braces. Sometimes I wonder if my code looks very cursed to people who write more Rust. Hold on, let me do this here. Okay. Format that. 1690. Oh. There we go. Ah, my voice. I have to drink water. Because I'm very much like not in the Rust community. And sometimes I suppose in the forum or something. But I wonder. Thing that I wonder. Sometimes it's just actually I had a good example right there. Fuck. That was 1690. Like I say box here, and there's someone actually writing Rust, they would probably expect it to look like this. And this would mean that this is like box is used for like memory stuff. It's like, oh, this data lives somewhere else, basically. But for me, it's it's not that. Well, I guess this is the box that they would expect. But it's not what they expect. It is just it's just a box. And oh, long message? Okay. I do have to say I almost shot you because I see a long message and then I think, oh, this has to be a spam bot. But looking at the actual content, not a spam bot. Very cool. I'll read it in a second. Hold on. And benchilling, no, I do not. I do some like freelance type of stuff. Like I help out on some game projects. But I'm actually studying right now still. And no, I'm not studying computer science. Let's see. Background is yes. Front end. Da, 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 da. Okay. So basically, TLDR, how to learn Rust, and let me think. I mean, the recommendation that I always give people is just write stuff. Like make a project. Like pick a project that you find interesting and then make it. Right? And I don't know if that seems like draw the rest of the aisle type of answer, but like you gotta just pick something that's doable, right? And for me personally, making a game without a game engine was the doable thing. I'm like, yeah, I can get started on that, right? I mean, I haven't done it, but doable means that I won't give up on it, right? Because I'm really like passionate about this project. I can just keep working on it. It doesn't matter if it's like a multi-year project. I can just keep going at it, right? So find something that makes you want to not give up, and then do that, right? And then you can keep coming back and keep working and keep learning, right? That's my take. And how to actually find the thing that you're passionate about. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think if there's anything else. And I don't know, I mean, there's like online courses. I never found them to be good for me. They might be good for you. And also, like, general like programming concepts. I've liked watching like GDC talks. I fucking love those. I had to stop watching them at some point because they turned into more of a time waster than something productive for me. But GDC talks are great for just generally like how are things done in games, right? And I don't think you necessarily need to like the programming content that you consume doesn't necessarily have to be Rust, right? I think like if it's generalized or even if it's some other language, as long as it's not hyper specific, like oh how do we use like templates in C++, then I think you still gain value from that. Uh, so WGB doesn't handle that, but I'm also cheating. I gotta tell you, I'm cheating. Oh, I meant to type cargo.tom, not just cargo dot. We have CG math here. This is my sin, right? Don't look at this, but I'm showing you this. We have a library for the projection matrix stuff, right? And hold on. This is like the only place where CG math is used, right? We make a matrix 3, we make another matrix 3, and then we multiply them. And we have this. I have not figured out this. If when and if I make this, I will ditch CG math and yeet it right out the project. I don't need you, but I need you now. Yeah, ay ay. So at some point, I was doing rendering via ray tracing, and there I actually did everything myself. I'm pretty sure. But true. I think it would be maybe better to look at the math concept, maybe, than the machine code. But yeah. But I don't think I use CG math anywhere else. Like this is basically everything. Oh well, there's a helper function here. But yeah. And I do actually do trigonometry myself. Sine? Hello? Where's my sine? There we go. Oh yeah, fixed sine is fixed costs. But offset. Yeah, here we have our fixed costs. Let's go. That's very, very cool. Very cool. Because I do fixed point numbers. Oh, okay. So you looked at the machine code and you saw the sign. Interesting, interesting. Basically 0. I mean, I did make a hello world in assembly, but I was mostly just copying what I saw on the screen. You know, so did I really make it or did I copy hello world? That's for you to decide. But yeah, not a lot. I did look at it, but I looked at it in the same way that I looked at Zig. It's like I got started with it and I was like, I'll see if I actually do this. Yeah. Okay, let's actually fix this. Oh, that's so much longer. Okay. I'll say S-box or it's not gonna be too long with these. Okay, if this formats to being like 2 lines, if these 2 lines become 4 lines, then I will make the variable name shorter. Please don't do it. Fuck! It did it. Wait, what am... Hold on. What am I even doing here? I'm saying box when it's the fucking sphere. Huh? Why am I saying radius? Huh? What is this code? What the... Okay, I've been talking way too much. What the hell? How did we get here? This is supposed to be sphere, but then it's like something completely else. Sure, buddy. Okay. Holy shit. There's like two code things mixed together. Okay, let's see if I can return the previous code. Why not? Oh, because I did cargo format and now I know history. I could go look at the stream vote to see what I've been doing. Let's just fix it, right? Fucking hell. I got like completely distracted and then destroyed my code. That's awesome. See. I could look at build sprint 3. Pretty sure this is... Oh, there's a lot of change files. I meant to go to the commit history. Maybe 2 years ago? I would say around 2 years ago, because this is the first serious project that I really used Rust in. I don't know where I started using the Rust GT extension thing, but I would say like around 2 years ago, probably. Dude, only 2 years ago? Really? I guess so. Time flies, but I would have expected it to be a longer time. Okay. Let's not do first like box and thingy stuff here. What the hell? I'm still like whiplashed from that. Okay. Actually here we don't even need to do this. We just say selection box. Actually I could still do postmin and postmax. It's gonna be a bit easier that way, I think. But we don't need to do this. This is gonna be the selection box boss. And this is gonna be selection box dot end actually. Oh, I don't need to do postmax. There we go. We do that. Distance? Okay. Yeah, and here we need sphere. Okay, and we need the one thing. If distance is smaller than self.radius or equal to, we allow equality. Oh yeah, it's sphere.radius. Sphere.radius. This probably would... no, actually this has to be ×2. I remember now, it didn't look right with ×1 for some reason. Let's see. Oh, did you have to unlearn some things? Interesting. Ooh, that sounds like a based like learning path, honestly. Like, could you link the resource that you used? Because I feel like if I'm gonna take a plunge in C, that sounds like a good path to take. Like I'm aware of Casey, and I'm just wondering like if you followed like a video series or like article or whatever. Okay. Thank you. Hold on. Actually, do I have my proper notes open? I don't have my proper notes open, and I don't want them to flash on the screen. But okay, I'm gonna hide the screen for a moment when I bring up my notes, and then I move them to my other screen. And I will take a... Actually, now I can show my screen again. Yippee! I'll just screenshot what you just said, and that goes into my notes. Yippee! There we go. Yeah. Because it's yeah, well, I mean, you already said that you're looking at the Zig compiler, and I think that is what I would do as well. But I think C probably has a lot of things that are similar or like applicable, or like I think it's good to be aware of C, right? I'm kind of like I kind of know the way that you have to walk to write C, but I'm not intimately familiar with it, right? Yep. Selection. First click. We have nothing, and the same goes for none. All right. Is this correct? Hold on. Here. Sure. That looks about right. So many warnings. I gotta fix those warnings at some point. Yeah. Funny story. I did actually use Zig as a compiler for C++ and C. So, have you ever seen Tic-Tac-Toe written just with if statements? Yippee, it was inspired by me. I'm gonna link this in chat. This is one of my favorite things. It's so fucking funny. There we go. I actually have it downloaded currently. Hold on. Oh, I was looking at my trash here. Let me go back to my Git folder. Yeah. So let me actually run it. Oh, I need to do this. Okay, so okay. So let's say we place 1 here. That is a decision. And O placing, let's say 5 here. That is a decision, right? And let's make X win. Right now, X wins. And this pattern was 1, 5, 2, 7, 3. And if I play another game, and we start with X placing 3, this is an entirely different branch of the game, right? Because we start at 3. It doesn't matter if we arrive at the same conclusion, right? It's still a completely different branch, right? It looks the same, but it's a different branch. So if we... Let's first look at the generation code. Okay, this is the least interesting part of the protocol. Yeah, I remember writing this. This is actually code written by me. And it was basically adapted to C++. It checks to see if someone has won the game. Awesome. Anyway. But this is some code to generate C code. But then we have the actual star of the show. And this is 241 megabytes of C code. Right? And it is this many lines. Right? It's like hold on. Yeah, 4 million something, right? Million, thousands, hundreds, yeah. Yes, I did kind of first want to stall that. Oh, okay, it's fine. It just takes a while to load. True. I'll show you in a moment. Also, hello, Guisai. But you can see, you know, we have the move. We print the board down for the move, and then we have a branch for each move. For each move. For each move. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that. Just in case. And the binary size. Hold on. I'm actually gonna have this open here. I think. Yeah, so this is the unoptimized binary. So if we just. I think both of these were compiled with Zig. But the unoptimized binary is 37 megabytes. And then the optimized binary with -03 with the Zig compiler, the 19 megabytes. So, you know, and this thing compiled for over 24 hours with -03. I just started compiling and I'm like, oh, surely it'll be done soon, right? And I'm like, oh, let me just leave my computer on for overnight. And like, I had to go somewhere that day. I was like, gulp. Do I just leave my computer open? But then thankfully it finished up like just before I had to start going. That was really funny. Yeah. Yeah. And it was like all of the compilation was basically done instantly, and then it spent like 25 hours as linking. And I don't know what there really is to link in that program. I don't fully understand the linking stage, but I can tell you that Zig told me that I was linking for like 25 hours. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like writing iftacto by hand would be like a Herculean task. Like, technically possible, right? Like, people have code bases that are like millions of lines of code, right? Question mark? Like, I think that happens. And you could spend your life doing that, but it's a very, like, why, right? Well, that's a challenge, right? Iftacto. True. Okay, what are we doing? We have the occupied block positions. And now we need to actually use them. Okay. Build selection. There we go. This is a bit interesting. We don't need the box anymore in here. We only need the breakcast result. I'm pretty sure, question mark? What do we use the selection box for here? Well, let's see the compiler errors. Two, three. So yeah, this is what I do when I don't have like a IDE. I refuse to use Visual Studio or like Visual Studio Code, whatever bullshit name it has. I don't like Microsoft. And then I did try some alternatives, but they just didn't feel right. So now here we are, writing XDD into our console that clears the screen and then gives me the errors. Then I go to the line with the error. Ay, ay, ay. Hmm. Sheep. And then 2403. See. And see the meta is da -da -da -da. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love assertions. It's I don't know if, okay, hold on. Let me assert. We do have some. Yep, so 3 assert equals and 4 just normal assertions. Yep. I was thinking that I might have assert in some comment. But no, it's the 7 lovely assertions. I think in math we also have some assertions. Yeah, around 9. Hold on, where's my source blocks? There we go. Yes. Well, okay, I don't have that many. I do litter them into places where things could fail. And honestly, I could say, without it being too much of a lie, that Rust already handles a lot of things. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. Rust already handles a lot of things that I would probably have assertions for. So, I don't have to worry about it. Between 1 and 3 assertions per function if I'm paranoid. Let's see. I mean, oh, well, this is a short function. I don't feel like that doesn't apply. And there yeah. There's some functions that don't need assertions, like this fixed to float and float to fixed. Like these functions can't fail. They just do the thing, right? Like we take the whole part of a float and then the fractional part of a float, and then we do something with it. Actually, this is the whole part of float, fractional part of float. And this is turning a fixed point number into a float, and it does the thing. But yeah. Yep. Let's see. We don't have this. Okay, let A be. Okay. So this thing is gonna get changed. We are not gonna have these at all. We're gonna have I'll just say to do, just so I don't get errors. And ka-chow. Oh. We don't need you. Oh. What's wrong? Oh, I have the same fucking loop in multiple places. There we go. Okay. Remove those. I was gonna complain about, oh, this thing might have been consumed. Oh, it doesn't complain about that yet. Okay. Why not? Oh, okay. say to do for this as well. Where do we try to do this? Oh, okay. This thing. There you go. Now it should complain about... Oh. Oh, it complains about that. That's fine. Let's just say Vector. Oh, doesn't complain about that. Okay. But this is not an else if. I'm confused. Because I thought that if I iterate over on Vec that it gets consumed, but I guess not. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, it might be because Vector 3 has copy. Maybe. Let's see. Well, I mean, the pure function that I showed you doesn't really... Well, I guess the one thing that could go wrong is if this F32 is like inf or nan, right? That could go wrong, right? But bucket, whatever, right? And even more importantly, I shouldn't really be using float to fixed anywhere, because floating point numbers can be bad, right? They can work differently on different CPUs. I don't like that. So that's the entire reason that I use fixed point numbers, right? And turning a fixed point number into a float is fully safe, I'm pretty sure. But turning a float into a fixed point number isn't, because the float might be something that, you know, we don't know about. But that's fine. This shouldn't be, like, ideally, I have none of this function in the release of the game, right? It just should not be used. Okay, do we have errors? We don't. Place that comment there just so I can navigate back. After doing cargo format. And now, what do we say? We have our selection. There we go. And that seems like it should work. Holy shit. Okay, oh yeah. Sure. We'll just not get the schematic when we middle click. We'll just disable that for now. Let's see the fill action though. Yes. Yes. It's, I convert stuff to floats in order to render it. And now it's okay. Why does it not complain here? Okay, sure. Sure. And I probably have to, do a thingy thing here. Yeah, where we dereference this. Whatever. I was right. It does consume it, but it didn't want to complain about it for some reason. God damn. Hello, word. Okay. 2413. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the reason that I need determinism is networking, and then input replace. Let's see. Let me open up 2 of these. Why not? I'll show off the multiplayer real fast, and then I'll test the actual thing that I just made. Let's see. I should do this. There we go. And now we have... I still need to remove this debug UI, so I actually can hide the UI. I just shoved this in here because I needed sliders. But yeah, I can move around on one client, and that's the thing. You can also place things down. You can see a bit of glitching here. That's fine. And I can also do this. It just works. Yippee! But going into the inventory, first of all, the inventory, I fucking love these animations. They're so good. If you move the mouse faster, things spin faster. But if I try to pick something out of the inventory, we fucking crash because I have not implemented, what should we call it? Picking items out of the inventory for multiplayer yet. That is not a thing yet. I like to see the replay. Okay, I'll test the selection and then we'll see about that. We'll see about it. And if the selection works, then I might just make... Oh, why cannot we fill this? Let's see. What are we doing here? Oh, I have a clue as to why. Hold on. Do you really need to return a box here? Let's just not, right? Let's just not do that. And then see what cries. So there's 5 errors, 5 places that I gotta check. Okay, sure. This is the first place. Yeah, the function itself makes sense. 2, 3, 5, 4. Do we use you anywhere? Action take. This is ignored. Okay. 2, 3, 6, 4. This is ignored here as well. 2, 5, 2. What is this function, first of all? What are we doing here? Are we trying to render? Hello? Who are we? Oh, action to take. So we're still doing like block placement stuff? And we have the selection box here. Are we using it? We are not. It is not being used. Awesome. Okay, next place. 2703. Even here? Okay, here it actually is being used. Flip selection is like the only place that fucking... Oh, but it's only also used for A and B. And this is something that I can get from the selection itself. Okay, so time to fucking get rid of that. And well, it's kind of already gone rid of. Let's go. We don't need a tuple. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay. I might have to do that. There we go. Yeah, I'll fix this and then I'll get to the replay. 2, 3, 5, 1. Hey. No, it should say 3 errors. Yes. 6, 1. Here we go. I love refactoring. Well, this is not really refactoring. This is more like just fixing a thing. Barely counts as refactoring. Let's see. 2706. And here we actually need to do some stuff. For flip selection, what the hell? I think we'll say to do. Let's just let these be like this. Kind of just put to do here and then have no compiler errors. Please tell me yes. Oh, it's true. I can just do that. Okay. There we go. That's what we need to do for this. Now I should be able to make the fucking sphere. Let's fucking go. We'll just go straight to where's like a good tool? I think a schematic tool, sure. We'll use this as a base, and hold on. Also, hello, I'm in the sky. Let's see. I think that's the middle, so we do this. Oh, I forgot that I have to right click twice instead of left click and right click. I changed semi-recently how this works. I still have not used it myself. Okay, dismiss selection, go here, and I misclick. Okay, gotta get used to the building tools myself. Fill the area, there we go. Guys, the inputs are very intuitive, don't worry about it. Ooh, I don't really have like a definitive middle here. Well, that's fine. Let's get the sphere, the invisible item. I still can't select the area. Let me save the world by changing my FPS. Okay, why can't we select it? We can select the cube, but we can't select the sphere. Sure. Okay, I'll just do the replay now. Okay. Ooh. Have this. Do I have proper support for input replays right now? Is the question. Let's see. Oh. Let's start the game. Okay, there we go. Kind of. Well, hold on. I'll get it working. We do have this and this. We don't have. Okay. Sync. I could do simulation inputs, but I think input frame will be better. Actually, this is gonna be player inputs. I was remembering like a previous iteration of the project. Okay, and then we go frame tick, the other one. Where do we have player input? Player input. Well, this is already under something else. Okay. There we go. We have our inputs. We say our inputs.save. Actually, no. We're just gonna push these. Okay, I was confusing things, but that's fine. Just push And we say our inputs, so clone. Hopefully we have clone defined for this. Sure, we need to say self here. Okay. 824. Nice. Now I need to save the inputs when I quit the game. And I might... Do we just save every tick and say fuck it? Hold on. Maybe when I save the world, I save the inputs. Right, maybe that's better. But I kind of don't want to save the world now. Well, I'll read that in a moment. Okay. Logitech. So we will just not save the world. And we'll instead save the inputs. Okay, we need save load. Is this a public function? Please tell me it is. It is. Yes, let's go. Let's say... And we need to give it the data as well. Yes. What is the thing? As bytes. There we go. Okay, now we can save inputs. And in a moment, we'll replay the inputs. Alright. And I think also for inputs... Oh, hold on. Fuck. Okay, let me restart that so we don't fall into the void. Capture mouse. I don't think I can take anything out of my inventory. That's not going to be in the inputs. The inventory is kind of a hacked thing. But I can pick blocks and I can place things. Right? I can go into noclip. And everything here should work, right? So we'll have this movement happening. And let me save the inputs actually. Let's see. Yeah. About the floats, yep. Indeed. Okay, okay. Interesting. I'm kind of getting a picture, but not a full picture of what you were doing. These are old debug inputs. These are new now. Inputs, lol. Also, fun fact, if I don't remember the command to view a file in hex. Well, I'll show you here. When we store data to the file system, we actually have these magic bytes inserted in there, and then the current version, and then the actual data. Fun fact. Okay. Now, instead of dish, this is the data, and then we say I think I need to type it like this. think this is good. Hopefully. Okay, sure. This needs to be a mutable borrow because XD. Oh, okay, we need to unwrap this. Probably also need to do collect. Oh, we need to unwrap there. Hold on. Unwrap. Unwrap, what? Impl iterator is not an... Oh, is it a fucking tuple? Okay, hold on. Why do we get a tuple? Is it because the data version? No. Hold on. I was supposed to be reading this. Yeah, it is returning the fucking version of the data, I guess. And... hold on. What are we doing here? Oh, we don't actually need to supply this. Okay. Let's do it like this then. That's fine. No, it is not. Oh, yeah, I guess I need to do this. Alright. Fuck. Input bytes. There we go. Shenanigans. Yes, and now we say inputs here. Oh, it actually does need the... Sure. Sure, buddy. Needs to be borrowed. Hey, Lilywin. Hello. Welcome into the chat. I saw that you followed when I was off stream. I'm curious. Where did you find me? But I don't know. What do you mean by GL? Unless you mean good luck. Oh, okay. Oh, hello. Welcome in. So I guess you just saw like on Discord or something. Okay, and now we need to unwrap here as well. Oh. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, all I can say is definitely recommend playing it. And the one thing that I can say is like don't play it if you can't be bothered to read the text. Like the entire point kind of is the story, right? At least for me. So you gotta be mentally prepared to read when you get into that. And then it's like know nothing else about the game, right? There are things that people don't consider to be spoilers that are like huge fucking spoilers, and they'll tell you, oh, you should do thing and thing, right? Yeah. It's you don't have to get into it. You don't have to get into the spoilers. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You just heard that. That's good. If you know nothing else, then yeah. Good. Yeah. It is crazy. Like, I can talk more about this once you've played the game. I don't even want to talk about it because it's like I could give you hints as to what it is. uh, let's see. Mm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So when you bench chilling, when you click on a thing, like what I'm thinking is that when I raycast a click, also I'm not gonna run the game right now because I'm in the middle of doing this input thing. The raycast is instant, right? Like we just go there. But I guess for you, you are like interpolating the raycast? Question mark? I don't know exactly what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't want the maze solving to happen in an instant. Oh, that reminds me of one like maze solver that I did one time. Anyway, was not the A-star, I can tell you that. Okay, but we have the inputs now. And instead of doing this... Okay. Let's do something dumb, right? Let's do something dumb. Just to get it working. I love how I already have like temp variables, but I have temp variables. Let's go. Now, instead of getting player inputs like we're supposed to, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Also input saving, we don't do that. We do this thing where we say let our inputs equals temp self temp self dot temp usize. There we go, we get this. And then I don't know if you could tell, but I don't have a thing for... Hold on, what the hell? Oh, can it move out of index? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure. We'll do that. Don't stop crying. Stop crying about it. Huh? 840? Where are we? Oh, okay, sure. Sure enough, and now there should be input replay. Can you still remember what the inputs look like? Let's go. The thing moves on its own. And I can alt-tab. Let's full screen this. If I try to move my mouse, then it results in some screen shake. But it doesn't affect the inputs. And yeah, see, my hands! I'm not touching the keyboard! I'm not doing anything! It just works. Let's go. And now we crash because we ran out of inputs. Yep. And this is the upside of having completely deterministic game simulation. Yeah, it's hold on. What I did is this thing. So instead of constructing inputs from Like, this is the actual buttons that the player is pressing, and well, this is the mouse movement that we have. Then I basically just don't grab the inputs from the player. It's really one per frame, or when you get to them, you write the frame number. Oh. Well, okay, first of all, frame in this household, when you say frame, you're referring to rendering, and when you say tick, you refer to gameplay logic, right? In this household, those are the rules, those are the words, right? So there's one input packet per tick, right? Per game tick. And that's how it works. No further shenanigans for that. There we go. And it is like, I don't write the tick number or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Yes. The answer is yes. That is indeed the case. And where do we have save load? And this is a thing that, like, don't calm down. The theater is not on fire. The circus is not on fire. Impulse save load for player inputs. Okay, so currently this is like very, very sparse, not good. Well, I mean, there's 2 bytes and 3 bytes and hold on, this is 8 bytes. 3 plus 8, 12 bytes per input frame, right? And I could optimize this where like, if the same buttons are being held for multiple frames, then we can just say hold these buttons for this many frames, right? And not save duplicate data. For mouse movement is a bit stinkier. I might just do a thing where I can easily say, oh, the mouse didn't move. But a lot of the time, if the mouse is moving, then you're not going to have the same movement repeated for multiple frames, right? That's just not going to happen. So I gotta figure out how to compress that. And for the hotbar slot, I mean, this is bundle in with the buttons, right? If we have the same buttons being held in the same hotbar slot, then we just repeat. That's the plan, right? But I have not gotten around to doing that yet. Yeah, I mean, kind of. For me, it would be more like, let's say we're not pressing anything, and then we press W on frame 10. Then what the input file is going to encode is, we have no buttons being pressed, repeat for 10. Or repeat for 9, actually. And then it's going to say, okay, complete input state here. We have W pressed, nothing else, hotbar slot 0, all of the info is there, because it's like 3 bytes, right? And then repeat for, right? And then once after those repeat ticks, we have a new input state. And it's like, okay, which buttons do we have pressed? And then repeat. And, you know, so on and so forth, right? Because so if I had like, like, which button are we pressing, and then which tick did it happen? That's like, just storing the tick index is gonna get more expensive than just telling the code like which buttons are pressed, right? I guess if we don't store the tick index as a U8, hold on, let me bring up a calculator. If we have a U16, then this is going to be this many seconds, and then this many minutes. So if we use a U16, we can play for 21 minutes, which is a bit low, right? And U16 is these 2 buttons, right, already. And then we also have the, like, if we have, how would I say, like, giving the complete input state is the same cost as using a U16, right? That's the point that I'm trying to drive. So it's like, do I really want to give it a tick index? Not really, because we'll probably use like a U32, right? Because with a 32-bit number, we can actually have a proper range for the tick index. But then that's already like more than the entire input state, right? And if a button is being held, and the thing is, I'm doing the repeat count as a U8, or I'm gonna be doing it as a U8. And if a button is being held for more than 255 ticks, we just give the input state again, right? Like, it's fine. If you're really gonna have the same input state for 225 ticks, sure. I that's fine. We support that. But actually, yeah, what I wanted to see is 255 divided by 50. Yeah, okay, so it's like 5.1 seconds. Sure. I mean, that actually might happen, but that's fine. It's still like insane compression. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks. No, not 4 ticks. 4 bytes for 5 seconds. That's insanity. And then add the mouse movement on top. I don't know, the math is confusing to me. Each frame. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me. Where do I have my paper? Holy shit. Hold on, give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, I found some old paper. I don't have my actual, like... Oh, actually, I found it. Let's go. It was right here all along. Sure. Buddy, we don't need you. Oh, that might have been loud. Hopefully not. Anyway, let's see if this pen works. It does. It's a bit scuffed, but we're fine with that. And we'll use... Sure, we'll just write to the same one. So... Yeah, so the entire thing that I'm saying is that if we have the count for the U32, it's going to be like, let's say this size, right? This is the U32. And what I'm saying is, hold on, so this is 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 bytes, U32. This is going to be like approximated. This is the entire input state, right? And this doesn't include how many ticks this is repeated for, right? But I can fit the entire fucking input state into less than a U32. And then we add on top the repeat count, which is a fucking U8. And this is basically just better compression than this. Like, this is... And for this, we also need to add which key is being held. We could probably do that with a U8. Let's do, like, the length of it fucked. Might be the same. Whatever. And... Well, actually, we don't need anything else. Yes. Yeah, so we need the U32 and a U8 for this system. where we say which tick and which button, right? But for the system that I have is we have the input state, which is like fucking 3 bytes, and then we have how many ticks to repeat it for, right? This is the thing that I was trying to explain. Does this make sense? And usually, like, buttons do get, I mean, I guess these are gonna have the same compression ratio, or like in terms of like how often people hold buttons or whatever. Okay, that's besides the point. I'm just mumbling. And the ticks to hold it for, that's an integer of how many integer of how many ticks. Yeah, it's just, and we can also say that 0 is 1, because we won't have an input state that's held for 0 ticks. That doesn't make any sense. So I guess the max time that it can be held for is 256, right? But yeah. Well, yeah, because the beautiful thing is that, you know, we have our buttons. Yeah. I mean, oh, okay, so you're thinking networking? Okay, I'll get to that in a moment. I'm thinking just in general, like just encoding inputs, right? And yeah, after 256 ticks, we just encode a new state, like, because we can't encode anything longer. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, we can't encode anything longer, so it's like, sure. And maybe I could do like variable length encoding for this number, but I doubt that it's gonna be useful, right? I like encoding that nothing is happening at a rate of like 4 bytes per like however many seconds. It's good enough. And Jitspo, thank you for the raid. Hello raiders, welcome in. We're just talking about compression. And I'm currently not compressing my inputs on my input replay. Oh, actually, perfect timing. I can just let the game run. Hold on. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, hello. This is me. This is the game. It just runs on its own, right? Why would we play the video game when the video game can play itself, right? And this is not the player position being set and blocks being set. This is me telling the game, press W, press A, and whatever. Move the mouse this many units, and it just works. It's awesome. And no, we're not using SDL. Hold on. Let me get rid of the paper. And we see xed cargo.toml. And we see all of our dependencies here. We are using WGPU. And it's basically, I mean, despite the name WebGPU, it's also for desktop stuff. And basically a wrapper library around like Vulkan, OpenGL, and all the other graphics libraries. It was the one that I found the best tutorial for. So I just went with it. Yeah. Doing all math and physics and whatever myself because I don't know why. I was bored, I guess. The real answer is that I don't trust code written by other people. I have an issue with that. Yeah. It's like, do you see I have math.rs, which it's under 2000 lines, it's fine. Basically TLDR, I'm doing fixed point arithmetic, right? Because floating point numbers are not good enough, right? They might be different on different CPUs and whatever. So we do fixed point math, and we love integers. Integers are great. They actually just work. They work exactly how they're supposed to work, which is awesome, right? and it is completely deterministic. And no, I don't have tests for it. I will at some point. But I know that I can do input replace, and multiplayer relies entirely on it being deterministic, and it works, right? And let me quickly... Okay, I'm on a wrong repo here. I could stash this stuff. Okay, let me make a new branch. We go, new branch. It's based on this. Yes, bring everything. We have this here. Okay. Beam. Actually, I could just go back on main. I just realized. I can just go on main and show you the thing. Let's go. I'll leave everything here. And I can show you the multiplayer in action. And then, after showing this, I'll actually get back to the work. Imagine actually working on stream. What the hell? Let's see. I need to catch up on as well. Oh. Let me drag these windows. Let me look at chat real fast. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Oh, like the blue on the keyboard? Thank you, thank you. Benchling, I'll read in a moment. Yeah. I mean, I do the same, right? I have just like an array of bits, and everything I think fits into like 3 bytes, except for the mouse movement, right? We do this, and here we go. We have multiplayer. Yippee! Let me hide most of the UI, except for the debug sliders. Although we need to go here. Yippee! And we can just do this. And I can go here, here. I have the thing working. Has been tested over the actual internet as well. There's a bit of like jitter, but it does resolve into the correct state in the end. Goodbye. There we go. A legally distinct wooden block. True. Also, Caligma J, thank you for the follow, and the CSLR doesn't game. Thank you for the follow. Now let's see. Bum, 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 bum. True, but yeah, that's the gameplay video on the top right. It's the previous iteration of this game, question mark. There's also the Voxel Dungeon game. Voxel parkour game? No, Voxel Dungeon game. This thing, it's actually playable. No web export, sadly, but you can download this and you can play this. It is something that I made with the previous iteration of the engine, but it's quite similar to the current one. Hold on. Okay, for my idea, if we change input state each 50 milliseconds worst case. I don't know how the math works out comparing our input systems, but I'll go with mine because I prefer it. Yes. Let's go. Let's go on the actual branch that we're working on. Store. Let's go back to sphere select. And I can delete this. Yep. Okay. Holy. I kind of forgot that I'm on a dev branch, and then I did the input replaying thing, which is a bit stinky, but I could just say we're gonna worry about it later. And I'm gonna separate those things into separate commits when I go back to the main branch. For now, I will just say lemao and continue working. Yeah, I mean, the mouse delta is going to be an issue either way. Like, I'm not really even considering it. I'm just thinking, okay, how do we compress the bonds? And then I'll figure out the mouse later. It's probably going to be like a separate thing entirely. Good prototype? Thank you, thank you. You wish you got into voxel dev? Is it too late? Why can't you get into it now? Smile. Also, this game, not voxels, technically. It's just blocks, right? The thing that I showed earlier, actually, let me put the link in chat. This thing is actually voxels. Once I can actually paste the link. That thing is actual voxels. It is still rendered via meshing, but the physics run on like individual small cubes instead of instead of what I do currently, which is that I have to actual just colliders. Okay. Sphere selection. The problem that I was having. Let me get back into the actual work. And the actual thing. I need to remind myself. What was I actually doing? Oh yeah, I accidentally resaved the world. Why? Oh, I have the input replay active. That's fucking awesome. So we have the same inputs playing, but in a different world now. That's fucking great. Okay, let's don't do that. I want to actually play the game, thank you. Fucking hell. Here we go. And let's not do this either. Aye, aye. And in the middle of refactoring your current project? Fair enough, fair enough. What's your current project? I'm curious. Oh? There we go. Okay, the sphere, I don't have an icon for the sphere select yet. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna make the icon with the sphere tool, right? But then I never made it. Anyway, so if we try to fill this, we just don't look at it for some reason. If I make a box selection for reference, I can just fill it by looking at it, right, and clicking with the block. And also, cool thing. Oh, yeah, never mind. I need to do it with just a hand. You can also... Wait, I can't pick it. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I disabled schematics because reasons. Yeah. For some reason, we just don't... We're not able to look at the sphere. Yeah, I mean... I've never done Martian cubes, but I did do just raycasting. But very, very, like, simple, kind of dumb raycasting, I would say. But it did the job, right? But it was harder to optimize the raycasting than to rework everything to use meshing, right? Let's see. Stellated dodecahedron. True. Ooh. Okay, okay. so I assume you're gonna have some movement in there. Aye. Also, I completely forgot to do one crucial thing. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. There we go. A few minutes late. Well, there's the shout out. There we go. Yeah. Jitspo, I think I'm gonna try to remember, is making the Fist of the Forgotten or something like that. I feel bad for not remembering or not being confident in remembering, but I think that's their project. They're working in Godot that I know, and yeah, it's like a 2D platformer thing with some cool movement. Okay. Fist of the Forgotten and Cook. Not familiar with Cook, but I am familiar with the Fist of the Forgotten. Yes. I don't have the Twitch etiquette of like doing the shout out engraved into me yet. So forgive me for that. Amateur streamer, let's go. Okay. Yes. We're in, okay. Selection raycast, there we go. And yeah, we just do nothing for a sphere. Yeah, let's just say that we're always looking at the sphere, right? And why do we have this in parentheses? If I just want to say that we're looking at it, then what do we do? I guess I could get the bounding box for it, honestly, and then just raycast against that. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Lovecraftian steampunk Quake-like retro FPS. That is a mouthful. But also, not a bad elevator pitch. Okay. Where do I do radius? Where do we have sphere? Okay, I can just steal this. There we go. And let's this. I guess this is kind of scuffed, but it's fine. Let's just do let's size this plus max minus plus min. There we go. Also, damn, I forgot off stream to put all of these links somewhere that are actually visible while the stream is active. But yeah, I have stuff, by the way. I don't have a Discord server, but I do have a Matrix server. You can come over there if you want. And yeah. And all the streams are archived on YouTube. Oh, I got a mute element. Talking about Matrix. There we go. Yeah. I have stuff that I haven't linked anywhere because bad streamer. So true. For size, we can just say size. For pause, we need to actually note that down. Yes, and then kind of just do the same thing here. Right? Why are we stinky? It needs to be entity coordinates. So these are block coordinates. This needs to be entity coordinates. Sure. We'll just say block pos to entity pos. and call it a day. This might be a little scuffed, but that's fine. There we go. I should be able to now select the sphere. And now this is like, please, please, I want to get out of this branch. I've been here for long enough. Okay, we can look at it. It is bigger than it's supposed to be. That's fine. We can fucking fill it. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We can fill a sphere. And I can also undo the filling. Oh god. Okay, this is slabs. It's not broken. I thought it was broken for the second fill. But no, we just looked at slabs. And yeah, schematics, still not a thing. Gotta have it soon, right? Soon. So I'm gonna be able to pick the sphere and then place the sphere around. That is the plan. Holy shit. I can actually place a sphere. Let's go. And for any newcomer devs, any newcomer developers, when the thing works, make a commit. Good habit. Except that you might want to actually name the commit something sensible. But I'm in a dev branch, I don't care. And I don't remember where I was just now. Okay, this is good. This is where I was. Let's not do ×2 there. I'm gonna make the AABB a bit more accurate. Ideally, we would be casting against the actual sphere, but this is fine. We're still like a block too big, but only on certain axes. And it's gonna be too big on this side, right? Yes. That's probably the... Actually, hold on. Let me look at this again. Our lovely invisible sphere tool. This is probably the positive side. They're too big on the negative side. Because we don't do this. We do this. And I think that works. We're too big. Not too big. Okay, so we don't do ×2. I thought that we had to. But I guess not. And this should be accurate. Yep. Yep. I love testing like this. And yep, we have the thing. We can fill the thing. Let's deselect this thing. Oh, wow, it looks like a sphere. That's awesome. That is good. Hold on. I actually never read that message. Oof. Yeah, just wait till you decide that it's worth it to rewrite the entire thing, right? And then I don't know what then, but yeah, that might happen at some point. Spoiler alert. Spoilers for making a video game. You might refactor it all at some point. Or maybe that's just me. Let's actually go to the saves. And we want the curve tool. It's fine. If I select the sphere. Okay, so our first slot is the sphere tool. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, for me, when I started rewriting or refactoring, most of my math file just survived, right? Like I just went Control C, Control V from the old math file. I didn't grab absolutely everything, but axis and signed axis and axis order, I'm pretty sure are all from there, right? And yep, to one of the only places where I use unreachable. Let's go. But yep. And also, let me think. Some stuff for also like placing blocks and getting blocks. Like I have chunks in a hash map, like me, and that works well enough. And I had no reason to change it. Hold on. I always forget. It's right click, not right click, left click. Sure, let's get. Huh? Oh yeah, because I'm too close and I'm looking at the blocks. Whoopsie. That's like center point. And yes, this is gonna be the radius. Fill that out. And I'll fill this as well. Now the sphere select. We select this. Guess that's a decent size. Could make it like a block bigger, I guess. Let me actually use the undo tool. There we go. I do want to undo that action that I just made. Make it a bit bigger. Maybe. I'll just see how it looks in the inventory. But before that, I actually do want to undo this again. I'll save the world. Then we'll go to my color picker, which is just a world, right? Now let me go on the diagonal so we get a gray color. I couldn't be bothered to make like a actual UI widget, so I just wrote some code to generate a world. Let's pick this color. Or do we want it to be more like... I think this is good. Now let's go back to the previous world. Oh, I didn't save the world? Huh? Fuck. Gotta do that again. Whatever. This is around the center point. Right click, resize that. Fill that out. Right click. Yes. Okay. Do this. We go further out. Oh, I forgot to use this as the midpoint. That's fine. Oh, that looks more like a sphere. Okay. Maybe a bit too pink, right? Or actually, let's just go with it, right? Oh, I forgot. I disabled saving the world. Bruh. Okay, well, whatever. We lose that. Can't win them all. Yeah, because I did this thing. Fucking hell. Okay, so we placed that, and how many blocks was this? I actually really like this size. So I want to take note of this. 1, 2, 3 to the side. 1, 2, 3 up. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait, this is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 3, 3, 3. Easy to remember. And now we actually can save the world. Yeah. About your arena shooter, that, how to say, Like, you can see the gameplay for the parkour game up there, and that was supposed to be a small project where I just test out the engine and make it good. But yeah, the plans have changed. I'm more like just working on whatever is the most fun and going off based on that. And the current plan, the most recent plan that I actually have not talked about a lot, is a magic game inspired by the old Harry Potter games. They're fucking great. I really want to do something like that. Where's Carve Tool? C is up here. There we go. Let's fill our inventory with all of the relevant things. Sure. Oh, I lost the color. Sure, whatever. We don't care. We can just regain the same color, or approximately the same color. Resize you like so. I should probably implement a crosshair. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's that. Let's save the world. Let's see that it actually saved. Yes, it did save. And let's go to the color picker. Oh yeah, the bitrate probably loves this. It was like something like this, I think. I think it was that one or this one, but doesn't really matter that much. Let's go back. Select the sphere. Save it. And guess I don't really have much else to do here. So let's just close. And now I will actually make this an icon for the tool. And you see, I don't go into Blender, I don't go into Aseprite or GIMP to... Well, I sometimes go into GIMP to make the textures, right? But to make the 3D models, I go into my game. Let's... Items... And here, we are gonna say... Okay, let's put this here for a moment. Mesh from world. Then we need you. Okay, I need the leading slash there. And now we should have a neat little sphere. Oh, well, it is neat, but it's a bit too big. And it's a bit offset from the center. I should probably fix that. That's funny though. Let's see. Oh, it's always gonna be offset though, because there isn't like a precise middle block here. And the sphere is gonna be centered always on the block. Yeah, and I mean, this was never supposed to be a small project, but yeah, it did change, I can say that. Okay, so instead of 333, I could do 222. Let's... Actually, don't need... Hold on, let me close the inventory. Let's open this up a bit. Dun, dun, dun. Fill this area. I can also just move the selection, I just realized. I'll treat that as the middle block. Like this column here. Hold on, can I click? Oh, I can't because I'm looking at the selection area, apparently. Sure, buddy. Alright, we'll just do the filling first. Yippee! Right, and then the middle here is around that, probably this block actually. So now it's gonna be, hold on, let me get a block with some texture so I can actually count blocks. This would be 3, this is 2, 2, 2. I feel like this might be too small. We do this. I guess let's just see how it looks in the inventory. Yes. There we go. And let's see how it looks in game. Hey, AOSNG, first of all, welcome into the chat. Let's see. New to game dev and coding. Is there any tips you can share to help? Yes. The first thing that I tell basically everyone who's trying to get into programming is just make stuff, right? And to make it easier, you should have something that you're passionate about. For me, it's this project. Oh, I was supposed to look at the inventory? Okay. I'll center this later. The spinning is a bit scuffed because it's not centered, but it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, like, how to say, the worst thing that can happen for you in terms of learning is that you give up and you never touch programming again, right? Like, that is the failure state that you want to avoid. You just don't want that to happen. And that's why, I think that's why people tell beginners to, like, oh, start small, right? And then you can actually complete the project and have it complete, and that's going to be motivating. And if you think completing a smaller project is going to be motivating for you and that's going to keep you coming back, great, do that, right? But if you're fine with going for like a bigger ambitious project where you don't see the end of the tunnel for years, then do that, right? Like, it's a highly like personal thing. Also, I have the orb in my hands. Yeah, I really wanted to do that when I saw this in my camera feed like this. Hold on. Here. There we go. The orb. Bit awkward. I'm not used to using the camera like that. But yeah. And I personally started with like doing Minecraft command block stuff and then data packs and then Godot. I think Godot is a really good starter engine. And depending on how much you know about programming already, there's like a learn GDScript from zero course by GDQuest, completely free. Would recommend that. But if you already know bits and pieces about programming from just like watching programming content, you could maybe just open the engine and start doing stuff, right? And you'll need to read a lot of documentation. And you will need to get good at reading documentation, actually. You will do a lot of it. Get used to it, right? Yeah, that's my spiel. If you have any questions about anything, then let me know. And also, one more thing. Write notes. You don't want to necessarily find all of the information over and over again from like some obscure source that you found once. Just write notes, right? It's so fucking useful, and people don't do it enough. Me, myself, sometimes I write too much. And I don't really write notes that are easy to read back later, but it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Okay, we don't want that. Sure. Lol. And look into Git as well. Git, I would say, is very useful. There's like one game dev that I know who doesn't use Git. Real Solar, I think is their name. Well, basically everyone else uses Git. Okay, let's look at our goals. So, sphere and circle selection. We're just gonna yeet this part out, and then we're gonna say that this is done. Circle selection, maybe some other time. Autosave. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing I wanted to do the stream. That's gonna be a lot, though. Let me think. Yeah, no, this is gonna require more work than I'm ready to do right now. I got distracted by someone raiding me, right? So horrible. I think without that, I maybe would have gotten this done. But chatting with people was a lot of fun. And I'm speaking in past tense because it's about time for me to end the stream. And we will raid somebody else. Pass the torch. And hold on, let me make the links visible. There we go. Oh, hello Hitthose. Hello. Hi. You're here as well. You can find the stream at nearpetty.com/stream. If for some reason I move away from Twitch, then it's gonna be there. You can find all of the VODs archived at nearpetty.com/stream/archive. Can you tell that I like my own having my own domain? Very cool. And you can find my schedule, which is 6 a.m. every Saturday, Helsinki time, 6 a.m. Helsinki time, at nearpetty.com/stream/schedule, and you can find the main Twitch server at nearpetty.com/stream/community. And then now we will send you to Wizhat, who's learning Godot. We like Godot users. No such thing as Helsinki time, Brotherton. Tamavelius. Alright, we're gonna go there. I'm gonna raid Wizhat. And there's no raid message. Just follow the chat rules, be nice, and be cool. And I'll see you there. And I'll see you next stream, next Saturday. See you later. Bye bye.